What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got another Transformers card to look at. We are deep into spoiler territory for Wave 3, so let's keep going, shall we? Today's spoiler comes to us from the lovely Landon Astrup over at TCG Rollout. Make sure you're following him on Twitter. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. He's a lovely man. Support the people, ladies and gentlemen. Support the people doing these spoilers. So here we go. It's Raider Detour. And it's a car. And there are several things we really like about this. So, starting off then, it's a 4-cost character. 4-cost is great. Now, earlier on today, yesterday, I showed you Private Red Alert. I said it was a 7-cost, and I said one of the problems with a 7-cost is we got a whole bunch of good 6-cost cars. We don't have a load of good 4-cost cars. This is very, very nice indeed. But being cheap alone won't make it awesome. So what else do we got here? Well, the stats are not good. I mean, look, it's a Micromaster. It's a 4-cost character. We're not expecting very much in the way of stats, and honestly, we're not getting them. Health of 6 is terrible. Defense of 0 literally couldn't be lower, as in we've had it confirmed by the people making the game that you cannot go below 0 health. And attack of 3. I mean, look, I'll give you this. We expect an attack of 4 on an 8-cost character. So attack of 3 on a 4-cost character is actually not too bad. In a weird kind of way, we're kind of okay with this. But make no mistake about it, it's not a particularly good attack. And then, of course, we can add in the fact here that we've got stealth in alt mode. And look, it's a Micromaster. It's got stealth in alt mode. That's what they do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they do. Though to be 100% clear, it is only stealth when untapped. So as I've said about all these Micromasters, the deal we're basically in is when you're untapped, you have got protection, unless all of your characters have stealth, because remember, if they've all got stealth, none have got stealth. So you can sit there rocking along and go, yay, I'm doing all right, and you can't hit me. But the second you attack or use your tap ability or whatever, that's it. You lose that protection, it's all over. It's nice. It's not amazing, but when you've got a character with 6 health and 0 defense, you're not expecting to be staying around very long at all. So it basically means that you can keep the character on the field for as long as you need to. But the second you use it, that's it, it's over. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a look at bot mode then, see if we can't get something a little bit better going on. It's got a tap ability. Remember, during your turn, you have to draw a card. And then you can flip a Transformer, play an action, play an upgrade, or use a tap ability before you have to finish with attacking. And if you tap Raider Detour and you scrap a blue card, that is a card of a blue icon, from your hand, you draw 2 cards. This is cool. As Landon pointed out on Twitter, it's pep talk. It is an on-demand pep talk. You tap it, you draw 2 cards. And pep talk is the best straight draw we've got. Now, there are a couple of exceptions to this. We have got Universal Network Access, which draws 3, but it's also a star card, so it is, shall we say, not reliable and not to be trusted. And then, by the same token, we've also got in Wave 1 Equipment Enthusiast, which lets you draw 1 card for each of your upgrades. But then, that's not always going to work. Sometimes that's just going to fail you. You're going to get 1 or even 0 cards. So in terms of not paying any stars, straight draw, no funny business, this is as good as the best card we've got at the moment. And essentially what you do is you wait, and then when you want to draw, you flip it over, you tap it, you good. That you have to discard a blue icon card from your hand, but this is way better than discarding like black or green icons, because the fact of the matter is the vast majority of decks, unless you're going like full aggro orange, you're going to be playing some blue icons. There's blue icons all over the show. I mean, one card that a lot of people are playing quite a bit of since Wave 2 came out is Vaporize. It is our blue icon upgrade removal. Now, I know there are others, but in terms of just scrapping any upgrade, Vaporize will do. I know a lot of people like Bashing Shield, and Bashing Shield is an excellent card for getting rid of armor. But if you want to open up your options, in comes Vaporize. Oh, look, it's got a blue icon, you're fine. In a defensive deck, this is great. But in a mixed deck, this is great. To be honest with you, you're going to, at some point, have a blue icon card in hand. Okay. I mean, the other option you've got is just keep it in ult mode, attack with it right as your opponent has no untapped characters, so you essentially attack, and then everyone is tapped, so everyone untaps, and you're basically invincible until you're the last character. I like this as just impromptu, look at me, I'm going to draw some cards, mummy, are you proud of me? And in that respect, it's very, very nice indeed. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily the best combo here, but let's not forget Wave 2 Bombshell, which just really wants a whole handful of cards. It's got a really nice skill in ult mode. When you attack, you may scrap cards in your hand equal to the number of stars on the defender, and if you do, you KO the defender. So one thing you could do here very nicely is tap this to draw a couple of cards, bearing in mind it's a tap ability, it doesn't end your turn, and then attack with Bombshell. If you're 1 or 2 cards away from getting the KO, this will basically guarantee that you get the KO. And Bombshell's a really nice one to talk about here, because it's a specialist. And being a specialist is awesome. And Raider Detour, as well as being a 4-cost card, as well as being quite nice draw power, it is just a 4-cost specialist. And specialist means you've got Field Communicator, which lets you play the top card of your deck. And it also means you've got multi-tool and multi-mission gear that let you play an extra action, play an extra upgrade. We like the specialist tricks. We mention it every time we talk about a specialist card, and for very good reasons, frankly. I mean, it literally got swap parts banned because you could have one of each on 2 specialists, play swap parts, and you'd get 2 multi-mission gear, 2 multi-tool, and 2 field communicator, all going at once. Play 2 actions, play 2 upgrades, and play the top 2 cards of your deck. It's a bit dumb. And there's an extra great combo with the bot mode here, because if you're going to play an extra action or play an extra upgrade, you need to have them in your hand to do so. This lets you draw 2 cards, which means you're more likely to have the cards in hand that you want to draw. Oh, look how that worked out, ladies and gentlemen. Look how that worked out. And you can even play this with the recently revealed and analysed on this channel Quartermaster, which lets you just swap an upgrade from one character to another. It's no swap parts, but you can essentially stash this when you're in ult mode on Raider Detour so that it cannot be removed by KOing. They've got to get something like a Vaporize and then swap it over when you're ready. As a 4-cost specialist, I like it. But we're also a 4-cost car. And don't get me wrong, we've got a bunch of 6-cost cars, and 4 of those will make 24, but if you need a 4-cost car, this is here for you. It's still a car, so you can still use turbo boosters to untap it, and incidentally, this is kind of fun. You can only use 1 tap ability per turn. I get that entirely, but you can tap this, and then play a turbo booster so it's untapped, ready to tap again next turn. We've also got Start Your Engines, which flicks each of your characters from bot mode to car mode and then untaps one of them. So you can flip all of them into car mode, untap Raider Detour, now he's untapped, in ult mode so he's got stealth, and when you're ready you flip back into bot mode tap to draw 2 cards. I'm not absolutely in love with this character. I like drawing 2 cards, that's fun. But I don't know if it's worth playing such a weak character just for that. Although, to be fair, it is drawing with a tap skill, not an action or an upgrade. But as a 4-cost specialist, I like it. And as a 4-cost car, I like it. And then we build in this tap ability, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm in on this. I think this is a very nice character indeed, and I'm going to be making a few decks with him in just to see how he rolls. Because he's a car. So ladies and gentlemen, you know the deal. Make sure you're checking out Landon on Twitter and on YouTube. TCG Rollout is a good follow. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about Transformers and a whole bunch of other games. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.